Hey everyone, this is Bori here. Just wanted to make this video for you and show you what I do as a healer in the final room slash final boss area of the Iron Horse raid. This is my high-end set that I shared in the Discord. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message or a comment. So what I do here in this final room is, as a healer, I drop my hive on the other side, so the right side, where Marasova is right now, and then I stay on this side and heal the DPSers. The makeup for the team dynamic and makeup for this room is you're gonna have one healer, me, and then you're gonna have a tank, and then everybody else is gonna be DPS. What you see here is like a hero using his minigun specialization to take out those turrets right there on the left. There's four, two on the left, two on the right. The reason why you use the minigun there is because the damage to the health bar is insane from the minigun. It is really, really strong. It is a great tool to use to burst them down and not waste the RPGs. What you see me shooting at is an RPG NPC. She drops one just like that. They're used to fire at the bullet that is supposed to load into the cannon that you just saw blow up. That is one of the white mechanics, is if you let that bullet get loaded, the cannon fires, it hits DC or the monument, and the raid is over and you have to start again. Once you do kill the bullet, as you saw there, we run to this little middle area in the trench. The reason is because another white mechanic gets enabled and she calls in a strike. And that's what you see here. That alert there and the alert coming up there, they're all scattered throughout the war zone here. So it is very similar to the Dark Hours wipe when the Chunguses come out to the terminals and you do not kill them fast enough and they activate a mortar attack. This is the same concept. Usually you would want to ignore the NPCs here because they're gonna die to the mortar attack. But as you see on the left, there is an RPG NPC being suppressed. Because if you do not suppress her or kill her, she will shoot that RPG at us in here and will get staggered. You don't want to get staggered because you want to stay behind your tank from that huge gun. So now what I do is, like I talked about earlier, I come over here to the right side to throw the hive. That's the health of the bullet that I mentioned earlier. You see the cannon gets angled up. The bullet comes up from the train, and that is a health bar. This goes back to the build discussion I had about using talents that are not required for landing shots, like the burnout talent on the name FAMAS, perfectly on empty. And that's the reason why for this particular room in the raid, it's a lot of health bars that you're shooting at. As you saw there, I was getting shot by a green laser. Those are right there on the trains. There's four of them. All they are miniguns with lasers. So if you run around, you will get shot by it. They're just easy to kill. You shoot at the green laser, eventually they die. It takes about maybe 15 bullets. What I'm about to do here on the boss is just hit her in the head, just to proc the talent, just like that. That's the only reason I ever land shots on her. Except for certain areas where we do DPS. Where we do DPS. So I come back here and I just do my heals. There's the bullet that I mentioned earlier. Right there, that's very, very important. That is the most important white mechanic in this particular part of the raid, because the other white mechanic, if you get one person there's a straggler outside of the trench, you can revive them. That's not a problem. You'll see me here shooting the healer to kill them faster so I can proc Opportunistic on my backpack. These are another set of snipers, set of NPCs right there, that purple sniper. There's two. There's one on the left, which is what I was shooting at, and there's one on the right. I'll show you the one on the right later on in the video. The two videos that I have here are 2 5-minute segments, not back to back. They're actually recorded separately. For some reason, I decided to record them in that manner. I don't know why, but I do apologize if it does look a little confusing. If you're curious as to why I was hovering over logo there, is because when you get revived from your hive, you come up with almost no armor. So to give them that boost and to proc Empathic Resolve off the chest, I go by people that are down and hit them with the chem launcher. So when they are revived, they spawn into a nice big cloud of heals. What you see me doing here is trying to reset hives by killing my own hive. I missed the opportunity. I missed the window. So what I'm gonna do over here is come over to the right side, because I do know I need to put down the Hive for the right side heals. I heal Miguel as he comes up. I drop a heal for Jacoby there, who just shot the bullet, as you see in the top left hand corner. And then I come over here and try to keep everybody alive. The boss just did a did a mechanic there to shock anyone in her area of effect. Just kind of staggers you for a little bit, doesn't necessarily kill you. Blue was our tank, so he was able to tank most of it. And yeah, as you see here, I just run around, keep everybody alive, try to keep heals flowing, try to stay alive myself. So all the while, I'm keeping an eye on a particular NPC. It's a heavy, and it's a heavy with a riot foam. As you see here, actually we're about to go underneath the trench, because we have a segment for the wipe. She's about to call in there it is right there. I make a beeline for my Hive so I can have it underneath the trench for all of us to keep the heals going. Gets really hairy there. So the reason why we're in this conga line is we need to get behind Blue Manchu here, our tank. He's got the Crusader shield up. You saw earlier in the previous footage of the white mechanic. He blocks that huge minigun that's across from us. That does staggering damage first, and then since you're staggered, you're not able to protect yourself, and then the second hit on you is a wipe. Or not a wipe, it's a down. So I'm about to transition to another segment of the video later on. This is probably a different run altogether. As you can see, the train just took a huge chunk of armor off, and that was because we used the key that the heavies drop as a way to control the big gun. That red circle there beeping on my screen is letting me know that Marasova, the boss, has now triggered a specific attack from her RPG. If you do not stagger her, she will shoot it off and it will completely down you. I tanked it because I was over armored, and then I healed myself. I spoke about the heavy earlier that we used. There's a heavy right there. He was killed. He spawns outside of the train, drops down over those little arches. He drops a key, which was that yellow stream you saw there. Blue picks up the key and runs to the big huge gun that was trying to kill us in the trench. There is a computer that is right in front of that weapon, and he puts in the key and he's able to control it for us to use later on. Here's the sniper on the right side that I talked about. As you can see, she's a red, just regular health bar. They do have special ammo, which for the True Sons, I believe, is bleed. They basically two-shot you whether they are a red or a purple. So it's very important you call them out. I tend to do that as much as I can. It's because I'm running around, I can see, you know, I'm not in tunnel vision basically. So, alright, as you see there, Blue grabbed that key from the heavy. He was able to access the big gun, which then we took control of it, and we do damage to the Iron Horse. Now that the Iron Horse has no armor, it goes down just like that. And now we're in the very final phase of the raid here. All the while, we're killing ads, mind you. There's a bunch of ads that spawn all over the place. Right here, you need to break her armor one more time, which happens right there. As you break her armor, she calls in this final strike, her last hurrah, as you would say. So we get into the trench, get behind Blue. I drop my chem launcher, I drop heals. We wait for the final attack. And now it's basically the last time you will ever do anything in the raid for this boss. She's gonna come out of her little control room. She's nothing but health now. For giggles, I just throw a fire grenade. It really isn't a need. She's in health. Everyone's running ARs. The damage is insane. Everyone's on DPS except for the tank. And all I really do is just drop heals everywhere for people to run through and get the chem launchers, the heals. She drops an RPG right there. You don't need that one as long as you have one. You can shoot your last RPG up at the train, it breaks apart, and it is game over. And that's the raid. What I'm gonna go through here is to show you the quality of the loot that drops. so you can see what what your chances are of getting rolls. There isn't a target loot, so it is just pure random. There sometimes is a named item, as you can see here. I got a Point Man, which is a named Gila chest with Perfect Vanguard. If you run the raid once a week, one of these 4 streams, along with the previous bosses, will have a chance to drop the vest and the backpack of the Bull set and the Future Initiative healing set. But it's only once a week on a fresh run. Thank you for watching, and see you in the Discord.